Now, Diana, I believe you're a Yorkshire girl by birth.
Yes.
You spent most of your early years in India, I believe.
Yes.
Can you remember much about these years?
I was about 8 when I left India, and quite a lot. I think India is such a vivid place that somehow your memory retains very colourful scenes and smells and sounds that I identify with India.
Did you come across much starvation problems when you were there?
Well, I always feel a bit guilty when anybody asks me about my childhood in India, because I was, in fact, a sort of product of the British Raj, you know, which now in adulthood I don't entirely agree with. And so we were very cushioned against any sort of poverty or starvation that might or did exist then, except once. I remember yearly we used to go up into the hills because we lived in the plains and it became very hot. And we used to go up to spend the summer in the hills, and it was a day's journey and a night's journey by train. Every station we stopped at, there used to be beggars, horribly mutilated or with leprosy, and they would be begging at the windows.
Well, like many of our famous actresses and actors of today, you graduated through the realms of the Royal Academy of Dramatic Art. Were these years good for you, like for experience, or just for the enjoyment of it?
I think for the enjoyment. I don't think I was a particularly good pupil, because I'd gone straight from a very strict Quaker school to the bright lights of London City, and I really wanted my appetite for experience, the theatres and the cinemas and whatever else was happening, the art galleries, was far, far greater than sitting at home with the books. I don't think this is necessarily a bad thing, because in drama schools they tend to teach a method to everybody, and I think the best way of learning is by going out and experimenting and finding your own method.
After a period in the Royal Shakespeare Company, you took on the part of Miss Emma Peel in The Avengers. Did you find it easy to adapt from Shakespeare to playing a part so different as Emma?
Quite easy, yes. There were lots of people to help. Patrick was absolutely marvellous. It sort of guided me gently through the first few days. It wasn't so much the text that worried me, that the technique of filming, and particularly filming a series, a television series, very, very quick indeed. And I was used to 4 weeks rehearsal before I gave a performance. And suddenly, 1 minute you were a Shakespearean actress, the next minute you were in a television studios and expected to deliver without any rehearsals, any preparation.
Well, leading on from that, the Avengers series was visually exciting, and the program was an all-action one. In the course of just one program, you had to deal with many situations by using karate, judo, or any method that came to hand. Did you ever get hurt in any of these scenes, or are there any that you remember vividly?
Oh, yes, I got hurt quite a lot. Not badly, of course, but I was always massive bruises and scratches, and I don't remember a very, very bad one. I do remember one afternoon on location, and I had to fight in water. It was in a pond. It was very, very cold. Oh, it was freezing cold. And not only that, but they rather put the wind up me by giving me a tetanus injection before I went into the water. Because there were lots of old rusty cans, apparently, at the bottom there. I could have cut myself on.
You are currently in Exeter, appearing in a play with actor Keith Michelle called Abelard and Eloise. This is a short provincial tour of the play before you go on to the West End of London in what we hope will be a very successful long run. How has this play been received in Exeter? Because, of course, it has a controversial nude scene between yourself and Keith.
Marvellously. And I must say something about all the sort of current nonsense that's been going on in the play, etc., etc. In defense of the people who said that it's a sensationalist move, it's not true, because 95% of the tickets